Peace, peace, and peace. What's really good, y'all? It's your boy, Sincere 7, aka Sincere Genesis, aka Black Magic, aka Midnight Water, aka, you know what I mean? I got about as many AKAs as Method Man had, right? So I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm just tapping in. This ain't gonna be long. This is just kind of really hop in, kick it a few minutes, and then hop back out. We got another video coming. It's gonna be going in depth about a couple more things. Um, Love, Martin, Ashanti, peace. So this is a response video to something that I read or came across while I was on social media the other day. I was scrolling past, and there was an individual that I see post quite a bit of stuff, and sometimes it just makes me wonder, like, what do you mean? Where did you get that from? Y'all might know the type of people, right? Um, so I'm scrolling, and then I seen a post that said, "Shamans wear costumes too," and I was like, huh, this is odd. I've been a shaman for 15 years, and I don't think I've ever put on a fucking costume. What are they talking about? Right? And I started thinking about my teacher and how he said, man, these people not talking to you. You know, you respond, but these people not talking to you. And most of the time, they're not even qualified to talk. And you get kind of riled up and responding to individuals who are not even qualified to speak on what they're speaking about. And I was like, you know what? You're right. That's why I started going live about it. I'll read somebody's shit and I'll be like, why would they think that? You know what? Let me do a video to actually teach people, because this is my lane. This is why the second part of this said specializing in how to stay in your lane. A lot of y'all not staying in your lane, and it shows. So I want to first speak briefly about the idea that was presented from the original post that sparked me to do this video. Going back to the post or the comment of shaman wear costumes too. Well, let me be very clear. No, the fuck they don't. No, they don't. So I would like to go a little bit further. We just now passed up what we call Halloween, right? Halloween is the time where mostly youth, but even some adults, will take time to Negus 73, police, peace and salute. I don't know why I said police. I was trying to say peace and salute. I mixed them together. Yeah. Anyway, so Halloween time is the time where people get together and they wear costumes and they go out and they go to parties and go trick-or-treating and stuff, right? So you're liable to walk down the street, oh, see the little cute policeman, oh, the little cute fireman, oh, look at the little cute nurse. Their costumes. Let me be clear. A month later, when I'm driving down the street and there's a house on fire and I pull up and I'm like, oh my goodness, and I get out and I stop and I turn around and I see these people with hoses spraying water onto this house, I'm not going to say, oh, look at them. They're wearing costumes too. Those are not costumes, baby. They're uniforms. And if you don't know the difference between a uniform and a costume, then you're probably not in your lane. So my question to the individuals who would say that shamans wear costumes too is, how many shamans do you know? How much spiritual work have you done? How many times have you been in the midst of spiritual works, healing works, character growth and development works being done? Why is it that, now let me go into another one that I always say, this is one of my favorite quotes. If you know me, you know you've heard it before. Self is the measuring stick of the world. People measure the world based off of themselves, how they see themselves and how they conduct themselves. So that means if there is a person in the middle of a circle and they're telling a story about something amazing to them that happened during their life, and there's 10 people in the circle around them, one of those people keeps looking back at the parking lot where all the cars are while the person's talking. Next person next to him, what are you looking at? Just making sure ain't nobody in the parking lot trying to steal no motherfucking cars while we over here, you know what I'm saying? Our attention is elsewhere. This is the time to, me personally, I would bet that this person either steals cars, has families that steal cars, has people close to them that steal cars, or has had their car stolen from them. I'll give them that. Keep walking around the circle. Now there's a guy over here, and as this person in the middle of the circle is telling their story, this amazing story about their life, this person standing here is going, man, they motherfucking lying. Man, I don't believe that bullshit. Man, I don't believe none of that shit. Listen, me personally, I bet dollars to donuts that person is a liar. And the next person that person that is saying, don't listen to that shit, they lying. The next time they're telling an amazing story that's just like, wow, I bet they're lying. Why would I think that? Because they think people are lying when I'm telling stories about my life and shit that go on, when people who are saying, man, that nigga lying, man, I don't believe that shit, they're usually the liar. Self is the measuring stick of the world. So when I say be careful who you allow to teach you, let's go a little bit deeper into that, what I'm talking about. One of the main things that I look for and that I say, oh, nope, not fucking with you, is people who try to teach or reach people through shame. Through shame. Them people ain't did, so I don't know why you fucking with them. You need to be, nah, I'm straight. Oh, all those people ever talk about is they don't really know. I was part of the group once. Somebody invited me to a mushroom group, and I joined the group. And the person who runs the group every day would start off their post with, here's somebody else talking about blah, blah, blah. They stupid and they don't know what they talking about. You really need to chew shrooms with honey and chew and don't swallow for an hour. And it was like, okay, what you're giving may be something to utilize, but why is it you start off every one of your videos post with, here goes somebody else don't know something. Here goes somebody else that's stupid. Here goes somebody else that's ignorant. And it's like, nah, I'm straight with really tapping in with you because you're not really let me tell y'all something. I don't never teach through shame. I never start off anything I'm teaching with, yeah, you probably heard these people say, well, that's some dumb shit. Wait a minute now. I don't need to talk about what nobody else teaches or does when I teach. Matter of fact, that would be kind of questionable. Why every time you teach, you start talking about what somebody else taught? Did you take the best parts of what they taught and threw the rest away and then filled up the rest of the space with what you think and are regurgitating information that you really don't fucking know? That's the question. I'm not saying that's what they're doing. I'm asking that question. Shaman don't wear costumes. Firemen don't wear costumes. Policemen do not wear costumes. They wear uniforms. And if you don't know the difference, then I invite you to tap in a little bit further. See, now, I don't know whether this person was saying something disrespectful. Was they trying to say something confusing? I don't know. But what I do know is that we have an individual speaking about other individuals. To this day, I don't know what they do. Stay in your lane. Listen, if you are a teacher, if you are somebody who offers teachings, who offers enlightenment and insights on different things, do not, by all means, do not try to advertise yourself by shaming or knocking other people, other practices, other knowledge, other wisdoms, other modalities. Because what a lot of y'all fail to realize, see, this is how you know people lack, you know what I'm saying, understanding in their own fields, is that you can't fucking help everybody. A lot of people I be seeing out here be mad and jealous because they don't have a following, they don't have clients, they're not financially stable, and they're looking around at other people and they're mad that these people have what they don't have, and so in their mind they don't deserve it, and then they start thinking up in their mind why they don't deserve it. So for an individual to say that, it leads me to believe that they have a dissatisfaction with the attention that they're getting within the realms that they walk in. Because if I myself am too busy doing what I do for my community to be able to sit around and speak negatively about what somebody else is doing for their community, to sit around and try to throw shots. Be careful who you allow to teach y'all, because a lot of people are falling into the temper tantrums being shared instead of actual teachings. I don't want to go nowhere that nobody is saying that they're teaching and what they're doing is trying to shame the Christians, or shame the Buddhists, or shame the Muslims, or shame the Jews, or shame the homosexuals, or shame the polygynists, or like, come on. Come on. Don't even get me started on that. Right? That's kind of what I'm talking about. You'll see people sitting around speaking negatively about poly and poly relationships. And then when you ask, when was the last time you was in a poly relationship? Never. Then why are you speaking about it? Matter of fact, how is your monogamous relationship going? Ah, niggas just and women. Right. I'm seeing what's really going on here. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep yourself one woman or one man. So you mad as hell watching us over here walk around with 2 or 3 people that love us. And now you just want to start throwing shots, right? This is somebody not walking in their lane. Stay in your lane, y'all. Stop being upset at somebody else for doing what they do successfully. You should be upset that you're not doing what you're trying to do successfully. That's it. And let me just be clear. Whatever you're not doing successfully has nothing to do with them people over there. Matter of fact, the fact that you would try to sit and speak negatively about people that's not even in your field probably kind of shows why you're not successful in your field. Y'all will see, I get on here and I make posts all day and I talk about what I don't like and what I don't, and this and that, and what I do like and woo woo. But you don't never hear me shame a group of people, individuals. That's why when women jump on, oh, you saying no, you're not listening, you're emotional. Because I'm not speaking about a group of people, I'm speaking about a mindset. Why do you want to keep running to that? Why do you keep wanting to say, are you saying that it's okay for? Why would you say is am I saying and then fill it up with a whole bunch of shit I have not even said? You see what I'm saying? So these ideologies are something that we got to be cautious of in our community. Be careful of the individuals that you let teach you. Because are they really teaching you, or are they really just giving off a jealous rant behind some subjects? If y'all ever catch me out here trying to prove a point by shaming a whole group of people, please call me out on it. Please. Because it's one of my pet peeves. Like, what are you talking about? Let me tell you something, what I do. If I feel like there's a group of people who carry a certain energy, I go get somebody from that group of people and I sit one-on-one with them and I talk. We kick it one-on-one. The dopest conversation we had at the pad just about a month ago. It was me, a white dude, and we were arguing about the talk that the LGBTQ community is saying that they're the brand new black. And I was disagreeing with that. And the white guy was coming back and he was kind of saying, well, if you look at the words that are spoken of in any type of races, and you look at what, he was kind of showing where he felt where it was. And I'm like, yo, that's because you're not black. So you don't understand. This isn't just against rights. This is against something that people have a choice. And I was like, hold on. And I stopped and I went across the street and I knocked on my neighbors. I was like, yo, man, I don't mean no disrespect, but all of the things that go on and come out of your house, I assume that you're a homosexual. And he was like, okay. And I was like, well, the reason I'm saying that is because me and people over here, we're having a real deep discussion and we're talking about the dynamics of, black, white, and homosexuality and how it fit. And ain't nobody over here homosexual. And I like to get your input on this if you open. And he was like, nah, I think I'm okay. And I was like, all right, sorry to bother you. And I went back across the street, and when I got ready to sit down, he ran up behind me like, all right, so what's up? And we got to talking, and first of all, his viewpoints definitely changed what both of us were saying. And then that conversation got so dope. So dope. We went into the realms of it, and we all walked away with what? Understanding. Can't no white dude teach me about, can't no white heterosexual dude teach me about homosexuals and how they feel about being the new black. I, as a heterosexual black man, can't tell him, a white dude, how a homosexual, whether they white or black, feels in comparison. But when we went and got the guy who was a homosexual, now the conversation is equal because everybody who represents that is standing there to speak for themselves. And if that's not the way it's going, I ain't really enjoying it. Why sit around and talk about another group of individuals for 3 hours and there's no representation from that group in that circle? Then you all really don't care to actually know. You all are really just doing, like, let's sit around and be bigots. Let's sit around and speak negatively about a group of people, race, sexuality. Nah. If we really building relationships and community building and trying to find a way to move in peace and understanding, then we need all parties included. So anybody that's sitting somewhere speaking on a group of individuals and those group of individuals are not there, be cautious about them. Be cautious about them. I don't trust them. I don't like that type of mentality. I feel like if you really are who you are and you stand on what you say, you'll be able to say that around them. When he got there, I gave him a disclaimer. Now, let me just tell you, man, this ain't TV. So I use words. I'm not politically correct. I'm not going to stop and be like, oh, I can't say that because it's 2023. Let me say no. So let me just be clear. Anything that I say, if it ain't acceptable to you, then let me know. But don't get some offense like, did you just say that? Well, yeah, what you mean? Like, ain't that what the fuck like y'all be doing it? Blah, blah, blah. And we all gave each other the freedom to be free without being disrespectful. And we had a fucking awesome conversation. No shame. Nobody who isn't qualified to speak on something, speaking on something. If you're not qualified to speak on things, I invite you to not. Because now you're being disrespectful. And you don't even know it. So how much really community building are we doing? How much healing are we doing? Because that's another thing. I always go back to the root of what it is that a person says they're here to do. For me, the root of what I'm here to do is harmonize the planet to save the earth. Our people are fucked up. We're at a state of disharmony. We drive around and eat the worst foods and throw the fucking paper and shit right out the window. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck the earth. We do the most destructive things to this planet. We support the most destructive companies to this planet, and we practice the most destructible practices to ourselves, our minds, our bodies, and our souls. That is a state of disharmony. And that disharmony is unacceptable because the side effect is the destruction of the planet Earth. So I have done enough interfacing with the planet and the substances of the planet to now be able to hear her voice, to be able to hear her soul, to be able to hear her cries. And I'm quite aware that she is begging for us to get our shit right and to help her to survive. So with that being said, I just needed to be clear. All of the works that I do for our peoples is for the earth. It's for the earth. To be clear, I'm really not a fan of people. Individually, y'all cool, but as a whole, I don't like people. Because they fucking up my planet. And, within that, we fucking up ourselves, our relationships with fellow man, our relationships with, the celestials, our relationship with the earth, right? So my focus is to harmonize that. So when you hear or see me doing anything, this somehow is going to lead to this. So if I'm saying some shit and it's like, yo, how is that harmonizing us? I'm going to tell you how. Because we have a tendency to do this, treat each other like this. And if we do this differently, then we won't do this. And we come together more. And then now, when we start to reverse and we start to come together and we start to love one another and we start to be whole and we start to deal with one another, then the way we do trading amongst each other changes. The way we do relationships changes. And then there's a more trust. There's more stability. There's more people who are comfortable in what they are in. Then we have a lot less of the need to destroy the earth to create escapes, whether they be to create a boat to go somewhere else or to create something that this gas guzzling vehicle so I can drive halfway across the country and get some type of crop that I can take back to the other side and sell so I can be richer than everybody else. Our individualism And our lack of being one with another has caused us to seek out. Just like now, what we do now in our daily lives is a representation of what we did thousands of years ago in our entire lives. So now people will feel something or feel a lack of something and will take a substance to escape reality. 1,000 years ago, we were lacking something and we would travel to somewhere else that we've never been to escape reality. You don't escape reality, you just create a new reality. And that continues on until you learn how to dig into self and how to realize that I'm not missing anything except for the understanding of how to walk with what was given to me. I have everything that I need around me. But when you want things and you desire things, this is what the story of the Garden of Eden was simply alluding to a little bit, right? So when you think about that, these modalities and these thought processes and these ideas that we had to try to do these things to escape or to make finances or money or these things that don't exist, right? To bring ourselves more of what was already naturally offered. When we get to doing that, the things that we create are destructive to the planet. The majority of transportation is destructive to the. Now we're at the place where we're going, oh shit, we've destroyed 80% of the planet in the last 40 years. Shit. Maybe we need to alter some of the things that we're doing. Right? We're just at that age. We're just at that point in our walks as a civilization of a whole across the globe. Now it's all type of meetings that have to be had, and how can we save the polar caps are melting, and all the coral reefs are dead, and the ozone layer is depleting. Now everybody want to get together and try to figure out how to save this motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you how we can save it. Stop doing all the unnecessary shit to escape. But that's the ideology. That's ideology. I'm a simplest, I believe in the simple things. So that's hard to those who like I used to not say it out loud, but I used to be kind of like, because the last mate I had, like we would be sitting talking, they would be bringing out pictures of these extravagant $1 million houses and the stairways that do all of this beautiful shit that, the stairway costs $100,000 to build and all of this. It was like, this is how I want to live. This is what and I used to be like, oh shit, because I don't want, why? I don't understand. Why do I want to spend 18.3 million on a house? I don't. Sorry, I don't have that. Oh my goodness, that to me is like a lacking of something in the past that now I'm trying to make up for. I lacked a community in the past. I lacked love in the past. I lacked acceptance in the past. So for me, that's my multi-million-dollar house that I'm trying to build. A community who practices these things, a community who walks in values, a community who has initiations and rites of passages, a community that has guidelines and that has integrity. You know what I'm saying? A community that deals with one another with love and compassion, even those that they don't like. I have the ability to not like people and still walk with love, compassion, and respect. I don't understand why people think you can't do that. People be like, I thought you didn't like them. I don't. I seen you. Yeah, I spoke to them. They spoke to me. I'm supposed to do. Fuck you. I don't like you. What the? How does that build boom? How does that build boom? A lot of us are not being able to build our boom because we are walking with these ideologies that we share as a society. Be careful of the societal things. I'm more of a mystery school teaching kind of guy. If everybody in society is doing it, it's probably not that valuable. And although I might not want to live in a multi-million-dollar mansion, I still want to deal with things that's high in value. So I think we just need to be cautious of how we, hold our conversations, how we present different things. And by all means, I think that we should stay in our lanes. I think that you should speak about things that you know about. And if you don't know about those things and you have questions, comments, or concerns, I think you should reach out to those individuals. I think that that shows wisdom, because I know who I am. I know what I do, and that's why I speak on it. I don't know what you do. That's why I ask about it. You ain't gonna catch me somewhere talking about, oh, them people who be doing past life regressions, that's some bullshit. Why would I say that? I've never had a past life regression. I've never seen it. So as who I am, hold on. As a shaman, I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't think they on no bullshit. To the realms of where I've went and what I've seen and what I've experienced, I think that they just got a different door they come in. When I go in, I come in the side door. So I can go upstairs to the kitchen or downstairs to the basement. Those of y'all in Detroit, y'all know what I'm talking about. I come in the side door. So it's like, okay, boom, fuck it, let's go deep. As soon as I go in the realms, let's go deep. Or, fuck it, let's go up into the kitchen. Right? But shit, I think that they come through like, you know what I'm saying, the back door. Like shit is already over. But hold on, let's press rewind and let's go back. Let's go back into the last spot. Like, yo, wait, that's the last house I lived in. That ain't even the house I live in now. I gotta tell somebody I can't see how somebody could go into the house you used to live in and tell you something, right? But as the mind of never having it and never having it done and never having mine read, I can sit around and be like, man, that shit sounds like some bullshit, man. It's showing a lack of knowledge. That's all. That's all it's doing. I lack knowledge of it. I don't know nothing about it. So if I wanted to speak negatively about it, I could, but it would just show the foolishness within me. Instead, I'm intrigued by that shit. I hear somebody got a lot of past life reading regret. Like, yo, word, what they tell you? Yeah, well, how you feel about that? Wait, listen, I have had reoccurring dreams since I was like 5, 6, 7 years old of me, what's this shit? Fencing. Fencing the whole shit on, and I was nice at it. I ain't never in my life had been exposed to fencing and I was having these dreams. So when I start seeing movies with people and they're doing just that, yo, I'm smoking on Blue Lotus, y'all. Cause something about the dreams, the Blue Lotus, yeah. But anyway, so I'm saying all this to say, like, be cautious of individuals who you see use shame when they're speaking about other individuals because they probably don't have teachers. Because if you had teachers, then you'll understand what it means to have training, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in a field. And if there's a field that you see that you don't have knowledge of, instead of speaking negatively, it causes intrigue. This is why my resume is as long as it is. I do quite a few different things, a lot of different things. And the reason why is because I never looked at something like, oh, that's some bullshit. I always looked at it like, wait, what? What is that all about? So I would go and do things and might get to the end and be like, yeah, I'm good on that. I'm not going to take part in that. I done took the class. I know how to do it. Might be certified, but yeah, I don't really. Right. And then there's things like, I ain't know nothing about that. I'm going to go. Yeah, somebody told me something about some scuba diving. I'm like, scuba diving? Man, black people don't scuba dive, man. What the fuck is he talking about? And I'm being funny, of course, and laughing and whatnot. And he's like, yo, no, woo, woo. I'm like, I don't know if I would enjoy doing that. So I could see, I might get certified in that. I got to get certified in it so I can go start doing it so I can see if I like it. If I like it, then now I'm going to do it. If I don't like it, then I ain't got to do it no more. But watch this. If a conversation comes up and I be like, man, fuck scuba diving. And motherfucker like, what you know about scuba diving? Nah, that shit whack, man. I don't like that shit, man, because blah, 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 blah. Man, anyway, try it first. I'm certified in it. Just like when I be talking to people and they be telling me about these secret societies and shit. Hey man, you heard about the Masons? Well, I heard a little about them. What's up? Man, them motherfuckers be worshiping the devil. Word? Hell yeah, man. They be doing bestiality practices. Hell no. Word? Yeah, man. And they be like sacrificing babies every third year while the solstice is going on. No shit. Damn, bro, how long you was a Mason? Well, I ain't never been one. Word, I've been one for like shit, 18 years, and I've never done none of what you just said. Where'd you get your info from? Fuck them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm speaking on the things that I know, whether positive or negative. I might say some shit negative about something. You know, cuz, motherfucker, I was part of it. I did it. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, boom. Like, pay attention. Because if these people don't have a teacher, then they're not really teaching you shit. They just trying to share their opinions and have you be their parents. That's why even with this social media thing is, man, be careful. You got a lot of people, oh, I'm an herbologist. Well, what herbs do you know? Name them. Name the properties. Is it astringent? Is it like go through all? Like no, they can't do that though. But they can share memes. They can share a meme. That's why everybody is a sea moss expert right now. Sea moss and elderberry. Sea moss and elderberry. Sea moss and elderberry. Can you please offer me something other than sea moss and elderberry? I do understand that I'm drinking sea moss right now. Damn. Now, let me be clear. I'm speaking on individuals that this is what they offer. If you sell sea moss and elderberry, my question is what other herbs do you know about? And I'm not knocking. Let me be clear. I'm not knocking. What I'm doing is I'm presenting a idea of how I see individuals being in something. Are you selling sea moss and elderberry because everybody's buying it right now? Or are you selling it because you know about plant medicines and you know about different healing modalities? Because if so, can you get custom? Does everybody need elderberry? Does everybody need sea moss? That's a real question. That's a question. Anybody who sells sea moss and elderberry, if you're listening, my question is, does everybody need sea moss and elderberry? And if not, who don't need it? You know, this is where we get into talking about your practitioners and the different people who are coming to, assist you with your healing or your character growth and development or your spiritual attunement and how we compare to, the Western medicine. They say, like when you go in there and the doctor trying to heal you and he don't even know your sun sign, moon sign, and rising. Like that means that whatever he offers you, he offered to the last 100 people that came in that had this same thing that you have. Your healing is supposed to be customized. I'm a Leo. That's a sun sign. You know what I'm saying? So there's a certain amount of heat that's already dealing with certain things that I'm dealing with. So we need to look at things in balancing manners. Some people are earth signs. You know what I'm saying? So their whole ideology and their physiology is different. Like a lot of people think that that is bullshit. And I'd be like, that's cool. Watch this. There goes that shame again. They can't do anything for me. If you are a person who says, oh, astrology is bullshit, you can't be my health coach. Astrology ain't got shit to do with health. See, that's why. That's exactly what I mean. You lack knowledge. Now, you could say, oh, I really don't know a whole lot about astrology. That's fine. You can be my health coach. But if you say, fuck astrology, you can't be my health coach. You can't be my dietitian. You can't do my motherfucking nails and toes. I'm good on you, B. You know what I'm saying? Keep that shit to yourself. Feel me? Because I'm sure that I'm aware of the terrestrial powers and the celestial powers and the ancestral power and all this that be. So it's like if I'm seeing and being quite aware that you block these things, right? Imagine you trying to deal with some type of healing. And this is your person who does your healing. And they say, fuck the ancestral and the celestial realms. Fuck the gods and the goddesses. I don't deal with that shit. I deal with the plants. I deal with the plants. I deal with plant medicine. Fuck spirituality. Can they give you your plant medicine to heal your body. Type 1 in there if they can, and type 0 in there if they cannot. I'm asking that question. Can your plant medicine practitioner say fuck the spiritual realms and you still allow them to? Do you feel like that's cool with me? I don't really care. If that's cool with you, press 1 in the comments. If that's not cool with you, type 0 in the comments. Let me just see real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what's coming across. Because me personally, can't do nothing with me. Okay, I said 0. Okay, me personally, you can't do any practices with me. You know what I'm saying? So now let me go a step further. So with that being said, as a holistic healer, I have that mindset when it comes to damn near everything. So what do I mean by that is that if you are somebody who's doing any type of works for me, any type of practices for me, and I'm sitting and I'm working and you go, man, fuck blank, 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 and it's a group of people, I'm probably getting the fuck up out of there. Wait, hold on. Do I hear, what if black people are saying fuck white people or fuck this? Yeah, I don't deal with too many of them people either. Yeah, those who've known me for a long time, you'll notice I've changed my whole basis of who I move around. I don't want to be around anybody who's hating any group of people for whatever reason. I don't deal with it no more. When I hear, listen, the only time, okay, let me be clear. Watch this. The only black people who can have a negative ideology towards white people and still be accepted for their works by me is the individual who might be doing ancestral magic or ancestral works. That's it. Because I know that that energy exists within the ancestral realms. But I also know that the ancestral realms are the last realms that that ideology and movement exists with. So with that being said, it's kind of like that kind of goes there. You know, so that to me is the exception to the rule. You know, we're dealing with ancestral magic. We're dealing with, like, yeah, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that. Anybody dealing with any ancestral magic, you're gonna get some type of disdainment for another group of people. That's acceptable, but those is your ancestral works. That's not something that you publicize or work in the public, is it? Right? So seeing that, but outside of that, um, I I see these types of mindsets as limited, and with the works that I do and where I go, we don't deal with a whole lot of limitations. Um, so just the idea of being racist or sexist or all of these different things, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I hate people who practice homosexuality. Like, why would you hate them? Oh, I hate white people. I hate black people. I hate, oh, I hate those. Oh, those Hebrew Israelites. I'm not even allowed to hate them anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, man, I don't. Like, I understand now our paths. Think about where you've been, what you've been through, what you've done that you don't do anymore. It's part of your journey and your path. To see somebody in the midst of their journey and their path, and then just to be upset because of wherever they're at, is lacking an understanding of what this that we call life is really all about. You're lacking wisdom. You got to put that shit down. You got to get out. You got to get the hatred out of you. Like, once you do, you'll really understand it. Like, when you watch these movies, you'll be seeing these people, and I'd be like, no, the hate is gone, and and there people be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And they be all, they make it like look all like this person is floating. Is like, I can't practice hate anymore. Oh, and they like, why are you turning on us? Right? It may make it so crazy, but that's because it is. It really is. Because when you're in the midst of it, you understand that shit to the core. When you are in the midst of hate, let me just be clear. I've been there. You understand it to the core because it's real. It's real. And what brings it about is also real. Powerful, misplaced energy. Real, powerful, misplaced energy. When you realize really what's going on and you take that energy and you turn it back around and you take this energy and you turn that around and you separate and you stop feeding the hatred, that energy, that powerful energy is still yours. Now it just goes to other places that you have focused it on. Take the hatred, the energy that you give to hating whoever or whatever it is that you hate, that you don't like. Take that energy and put it towards creating your boon. Boon, Boon. That is thinking good thoughts, speaking good words, and doing good deeds. Don't worry about the people or the situations that you hate, because the more that you focus on them, you are empowering them. Now that you're not focused on them, you're empowering the beauty in your life. And you are starving the things that cause you to see hatred. Now, when that starves and it falls off like an umbilical cord after 2 weeks, now all you have the ability of is to witness the positive aspects. And that could be even the positive aspects of that you were once hating. I have white people in my life now that are fucking awesome. Point blank, period. Period. Help me with life, help me with issues and problems. And we got some of the same interests. Talk about some of the same things. I have homosexuals in my life now that are awesome, that I literally can call and conversate and laugh and joke with and talk on the phone. I've never had this in my life. Never would have. You would not have heard me saying these things 15, 20 years ago. Now, these people are fucking beautiful in my life, and they cause my life to be more beautiful. So now, where at one point in time I was mad and hating something, I don't have that. I don't have hate. I don't have a need for it. Hate is a very powerful emotion, and when you exercise it, it takes a lot of power. Like how you have a computer and you'll download a program and this shit like uses like half of your shit, and all it does is let you play a fucking game. The fuck? Erase that shit immediately. Now you have all that power coming back to you, and you can download apps that are going to bring you money, finances, success, happiness, love. People like me more now because I'm not mad at the world now. Like people operate with me totally different than they used to. And I'm still the hyper, asshole opinionated, talk shit when I'm around. I still am that, but I don't got no hate in my heart. So the way I express myself, it don't have none of that. And now people are more attracted. I could be talking about something I don't like, and man, it's some bullshit, and just be just as aggressive, but it doesn't give people like an offish, like, fuck wrong with him? Like, nah, stay away from him. He gonna hurt somebody soon. Hate is an excellent abuse of power. Man, it is the most self-destructive form of power we can use. Because you got to think, it doesn't do anything to anybody else. Hate doesn't do anything to anybody else. Now, if you move on hate, this creates something totally different. Just as fucked up. Actually, it's more. Because now you're employing and implying your will and your thoughts on the others. So now you are creating karmatic debt. And that's a whole nother story, my baby. That's a whole nother story. That karmatic debt, man, think bankrupt or something. I did a bankruptcy, man. I did that shit. Like, man, you can't file bankruptcy with motherfucking karma. You know what I'm saying? I've done so much right now. I got so much that I owe back that I would just like to start over. Just kind of erase all that karma and be like, unfortunately, baby, that ain't how it works. You're going to have to get this work. Now, don't worry. Once you go through all of this shit, you can go back to living a life of blessings. As long as while you going through all of this shit, you accept it with the same energy that you dealt it out with. Because if you respond in negativity with somebody else, you're starting all over. That's when I did the talk the other day about, how we will go through healing and character growth and development and spirituality and call ourselves a changed person and then be mad because our world is still giving us shit and be like, I'm a good person now. Yes, but you still have to make amends for all of that bullshit that you did. And you have to be willing to accept that shit with the same energy that you dealt that shit with. After you do that, after you make amends, after you pay karma back, then you can start living a beautiful life. That was the most stressful thing for me when I got knowledge of self and started living righteously. I'm living righteously and life is kicking my ass. But I was very aware. Every time some shit came to me and I would get frustrated and mad, I would stop and be like, wait a minute. When did I? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. Yep, I remember when I did that to them. This is bad karma. Like, I'll go ahead and, like, let me checklist. Okay, cool. All right, paid that one back. Damn! She fucking me up, man. How much more I owe there? God damn. Oh, shit. Oh, I forgot about that shit. That was foul. Oh, that's gonna come back. Fuck. All right. Suck it up and walk down that hall and get kicked in your ass for every time you kick somebody in their ass. And you better not turn around and look at nobody wrong. You better say, I understand, and walk your ass on into class. You feel me? So yeah, man, I just wanted to kick it for a minute, man. I love y'all, man. I know y'all love me back. Otherwise, y'all wouldn't even be here listening this long. You feel me? So I'm honored to be a part of y'all's story, man. Y'all, I got any questions, comments, concerns before we get up out of here? My man said, that's fucked up. Peace, fam. Happy Veterans Day. Yo, thank you. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Salute. Yo, I love y'all, man. And tell somebody you love them in a language that they can understand it in today. Pick somebody today and ask yourself, what is the language that they can understand when I tell them I love them through that language? Like, and exercise it today. Today. Because death is in the air. And it's Scorpio season, so that makes sense. Don't wait. Don't think you have forever. Don't think everybody's going to always be there. We could lose anybody. So share that love, Let it be known. I talk to my children. I let them know, like, yo, anything could happen. So I need you to know if this is our last conversation and mean it. I love you. I want you to be strong. I want you to, carry on in life. And if you don't lose me, and I am still here, I still want you to know these things. I'm right over here in Florida. I love you. Carry on positively. Stay focused. Keep your integrity. Don't let life break you. You tell somebody that you know that today in a language they can understand it in. Peace.